Imagine standing in a casino, or perhaps waiting for the results of a high-stakes exam. Your heart is pounding. You've done everything right. You studied every page. You calculated every probability. But then, you catch yourself doing something irrational. Maybe you cross your fingers. Maybe you wear your lucky shirt. Maybe you avoid walking under a ladder, even though you know logically that it's just a construction tool. Why do we do this? Why, in a world governed by physics, chemistry, and cold hard data, do we still feel the urge to believe in luck? To understand luck, we have to understand the human brain. Evolution didn't design our minds to be perfectly rational mathematicians. It designed us to be survivors. Thousands of years ago, if our ancestors heard a rustle in the tall grass, they didn't stop to calculate the probability that it was just the wind. They assumed it was a predator. They took flight. Those who assumed it was just the wind often ended up as lunch. This is what psychologists call pattern recognition. We are hardwired to connect events, even when no connection exists. This is the birth of superstition. If you wore a red cloak one day and found a massive supply of berries, your brain says, the red cloak brought the berries. It creates a link. It makes the chaotic, unpredictable world feel controllable. And control is something the human brain craves above all else. Consider the concept of the illusion of control. When we face a situation where the outcome is entirely uncertain, like a coin flip or a stock market movement, we feel anxious. Anxiety is uncomfortable. To soothe that anxiety, we invent rituals. We believe that if we perform a specific action, we are influencing the outcome. Even though the outcome is actually random, the ritual makes us feel like we've shifted the odds in our favor. It's a psychological safety net, but it goes deeper than just survival. It's also about how we process the past. We have this strange tendency to remember our successes as the result of our skill, and our failures as the result of bad luck. When we win, we are masters of our destiny. When we lose, the universe is against us. This self-serving bias protects our ego. It allows us to keep moving forward without being crushed by the weight of our own mistakes. Think about the most successful people you know. They often attribute their achievements to hard work, vision, and grit, and they are right to an extent. But they often gloss over the invisible hand of circumstance, the timing, the location, the specific connections they made. We call this luck, but science calls it statistical variance. In a world of billions, someone is bound to be the outlier. Someone is bound to win the lottery. Someone is bound to be in the right place at the right time. When it happens to us, it feels like a divine blessing. When it happens to others, we call it privilege or luck. But what if luck is simply what happens when preparation meets an environment that allows for success? Many philosophers have argued that luck is an objective reality, but our belief in it is a subjective coping mechanism. The philosopher Seneca famously said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." This takes the magic out of it, doesn't it? It puts the responsibility back on the individual. It says, you cannot control the dice, but you can control how many times you throw them. When you look at your own life, how many of your big moments were truly under your control? Think about the day you chose your path of study. Was it a calculated decision? Or did you just happen to see a poster or meet someone who influenced you? We tell ourselves a story afterward, claiming it was all part of a grand plan. We like to see our lives as a narrative, a clean line from point A to point B. In reality, our lives are a messy web of coincidences. But why is it so hard to accept this randomness? Why does the idea of randomness scare us? Because randomness implies that life is unfair. If bad things happen to good people for no reason, the world feels cold and indifferent. Believing in luck, whether it's good luck or bad luck, gives the universe a sense of agency. It suggests that there is a rhythm, a balance, a karmic scoreboard. It makes the world feel more like a moral play rather than a random collision of atoms. So, when you see a stick figure crossing their fingers or tapping on wood, you aren't seeing someone being illogical. You are seeing someone trying to make sense of the void. You are seeing the human spirit reaching out to grasp the steering wheel of fate, even when they know deep down that the car is driving itself. We believe in luck because we want to believe that we matter. We want to believe that our actions have weight, that our intentions have power, and that even in the face of absolute uncertainty, we are not just victims of the storm. We are players in the game. Maybe the secret isn't to stop believing in luck. Maybe the secret is to realize that you are the architect of your own luck through the choices you make every single day. The more you put yourself out there, the more chances you give the universe to surprise you. You increase your surface area for potential. That isn't magic. That is the ultimate form of agency. So next time you feel the need to rely on luck, ask yourself, have I done the work? Have I created the opportunity? And if you have, then don't worry about the outcome. Whether the dice land in your favor or not, you will have had the courage to play the game. And in the grand, chaotic, beautiful mystery of human existence, that is the only kind of luck that truly counts.